Hello everybody, welcome to the 1951 Formula 1 World Cup. Now last year we had Lou Rosier winning the individual title, meaning he is our first ever World Cup champion. However, the Italians took the Nations World Championship, which means they are the first Nations champion. With Lou Rosier coming back and the Italian team also making a return, can they defend their titles? Without further ado, let's take a look at the group lineups and then we will see how they are split up. And here we have the lineup of the top four countries competing, the four returning countries, with Italy, France, the United States and the United Kingdom, with Italy being the number one team to beat, with Lou Rosier being the individual to beat for the title. Can they pull it off? Well, let's check out our brand new team that have entered for 1951. Our fifth and brand new team, it is Switzerland, bringing in Tour de Grafferite, Rudi Fischer, Tuli Branca, and Peter Hurt. How will the Swiss team do in their first year in the Formula 1 World Cup? Well, we will soon find out in due course, but now let's take a look at the group lineup. With the Alfa Romeo group, the Ferrari group, the BRM group and the Maserati group, one thing to note, in Group A we have Giuseppe Farina, probably the strongest driver in this lineup. With Group B with Ferrari, Alberto Ascari and Stirling Moss probably are the favourites in Group B. Group C, the 1950 champion Lou Rosier, all eyes will be on him to see if he can defend his title, with Villaresi, Banks, Walker and Branca in his group. In Group D, Pugh Taruffi, Rowan Mansell, Bendenhausen, Ray Parnell and Tour de Grafferite make up that group. So without further ado, let's get into Group A and see how things will begin. Okay, so here we go with Group A of the 1951 Formula 1 World Cup. Let's check out the teams, just in case anyone's forgotten who is in this group. So for France, we've got Andre Simon. For Italy, we've got Giuseppe Farina. Switzerland has Rudi Fischer. The United Kingdom has Peter Whitehead. And the United States will have Jack McGrath in Group A. So without further ado, let's get into the first race of this group. First race is Switzerland, and that was won by Andre Simon, with Whitehead second, Rudi Fischer in his home race third, Jack McGrath takes fourth, and Giuseppe Farina finishes in last position. Race number 2, the Indy 500, and Andre Simon wins, with Rudi Fischer takes second, Jack McGrath is in third, fourth place for Peter Whitehead, and Giuseppe Farina once again finishing in last position. Race number 3, the road course of Indianapolis, and again another win for Andre Simon. He's already dominating Group A. Pierre Whitehead finished in second, Jack McGrath third, Rudi Fischer down fourth, and Giuseppe Farina again finishing in last position. Race number 4, and is Belgium, and again another win for Andre Simon. Rudi Fischer second, Giuseppe Farina finally not finishing bottom to finish in third, Pierre Whitehead fourth, and Jack McGrath in fifth. So 4 races down, 12 to go. Let's check the standings. And Andre Simon has won every race so far with a maximum of 100 points. Rudi Fischer second with 69 points, 66 points for Peter Whitehead, Jack McGrath with 56, and Giuseppe Farina at the bottom with 49 points. Let's move on to race number 5, and we are at France, Andre Simon's home race, and another win for Andre Simon. Giuseppe Farina second, Jack McGrath third, Rudi Fischer is fourth, and Peter Whitehead finishes at the bottom. Race number 6, we're at Silverstone, and yet another win for Andre Simon. Peter Whitehead second, Giuseppe Farina third, Jack McGrath fourth, and Rudi Fischer rounding off the top 5. As we go to race number 7 at West Germany at the Nürburgring, Andre Simon yet again another victory. 7 races, 7 wins. Jack McGrath second, Peter Whitehead third, Rudi Fischer fourth, and Giuseppe Farina at the bottom of the standings. And to finish the first half of Group A, we are at Monza, and finally someone else has taken a race win. It's Giuseppe Farina. Jack McGrath second, Andre Simon goes into third, fourth place for Rudi Fischer, and Peter Whitehead finishes at the bottom of the board. And now on to the standings. Andre Simon with 7 race wins out of 8, well out in front with 191 points. Jack McGrath has 125, Peter Whitehead 124, 121 points for Giuseppe Farina, Rudi Fischer at the bottom with 119 points. Going to race number 9, we are at Spain, and Giuseppe Farina takes the win, with Rudi Fischer taking second, Peter Whitehead third, Jack McGrath 4th, and André Simon, for the first time this group, has finished at the bottom of the board. Race number 10, the 24-hour Le Mans race. Gisèle Farina takes the win. André Simon 2nd, Pierre Whitehead 3rd, 4th is Jack McGrath, and Rui Fisher finishes in last place. Number 11, we are at Pikes Peak Hill, and Gisèle Farina takes the win. Rui Fisher 2nd, Pierre Whitehead 3rd, André Simon 4th, and Jack McGrath finishing at the bottom of the board. And going to round number 12, and it's a win for Jack McGrath back at Switzerland, with Pierre Whitehead 2nd, André Simon 3rd, 4th is Rui Fisher, and Giuseppe Farina finishing the bottom of the board. As we now go to the standings with 4 races left to go, André Simon is still in front with 251 points, Giuseppe Farina sees himself in 2nd with 207, Peter Whitehead is in 3rd with 192, Jack McGrath with 187, and Rui Fisher at the bottom of the board with 183 points. Race number 13, and we're back at Indy 500, and Gisèle Farina takes the win. Rui Fisher 2nd, Whitehead 3rd, André Simon 4th, and Jack McGrath finishing in 5th. Number 14, the road course, and André Simon wins the race this time round. Pierre Whitehead 2nd, Rui Fisher 3rd, Jack McGrath 4th, and Giuseppe Farina finishes bottom of the board. And coming to round number 15, we're back at Belgium, and Gisèle Farina takes the win. Jack McGrath 2nd, Pierre Whitehead 3rd, André Simon 4th, and Rui Fisher finishes bottom of the board. And for the 16th and final round, we are at France, and Gisèle Farina takes the win. Pierre Whitehead 2nd, Rui Fisher 3rd, André Simon 4th, and finishing bottom of the board for the final time is Jack McGrath for the United States. So let's see how the standings play out. André Simon wins Group A with 315 points, Farina has 293, Pierre Whitehead with 264, Rui Fisher has 246, and Jack McGrath with 242 points. So that's first group out of the way. Let's check the overall standings to see how it all plays out. Edition of the Group A's result, with André Simon leading the way with 315 points, Gisèle Farina taking 2nd with 293, Pierre Whitehead in 3rd with 264, Rui Fisher 4th position with 246, and Jack McGrath bottom of the board with 242 points. So we will now move over to Group B, and we'll see a more reasonable result, and we'll see how things will stack up. Okay, we now move on to Group B for the 1951 Formula 1 World Cup, and just a quick reminder of where the drivers are for Group B. For France, we've got Giraud-Cabantous, Alberto Ascari for Italy, Switzerland has Peter Hurt, we have Sterling Moss for the United Kingdom, and Walt Faulkner for the United States. So without further ado, let's get into round 1 of the season at Switzerland, and it's a win for Walt Faulkner. Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Sterling Moss 3rd, Peter Hurt takes 4th, and Alberto Ascari finishes bottom of the board. Race number 2, Indy 500, and Alberto Ascari takes the win. Sterling Moss is 2nd, Giraud-Cabantous 3rd, Peter Hurt 4th, and Walt Faulkner down in 5th place. Race number 3, the road course. Alberto Ascari wins, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Walt Faulkner 3rd, Peter Hurt 4th, and Sterling Moss finishes bottom of the board. Race number 4, Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, Giraud-Cabantous wins, Walt Faulkner 2nd, Alberto Ascari 3rd, Sterling Moss is 4th, and Peter Hurt in 5th place. 4 rounds down, let's check the standings for Group B, and Giraud-Cabantous leads with 81 points, Alberto Ascari has 77, 72 for Walt Faulkner, Sterling Moss has 60, and Peter Hurt with 50 points. Moving on to race number 5, we are at France for the Reims Jeux. Peter Hurt wins, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Alberto Ascari 3rd, Walt Faulkner 4th, and Sterling Moss bottom of the board. Race number 6, we're at Silverstone. Alberto Ascari wins, Peter Hurt 2nd, Sterling Moss 3rd, Walt Faulkner 4th, and Giraud-Cabantous is bottom of the board. Race number 7, we're at the Nürburgring, and Giraud-Cabantous wins again, with Alberto Ascari 2nd, Sterling Moss is 3rd, Peter Hurt 4th, and Walt Faulkner down in last place. And to wrap up the first half of the season of the group, at Monza, Sterling Moss is the race winner, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Alberto Ascari 3rd, Peter Hurt 4th, and Walt Faulkner in 5th place. Halfway into Group B in the standings show that Giraud-Cabantous is out in front with 157 points. Alberto Ascari has 154, Sterling Moss with 128, Peter Hart with 121, and Walt Faulkner at the bottom with 120 points. Race number 9. We are at Spain, and it's a win for Alberto Ascari. Walt Faulkner is second, third place is Peter Hart, Giraud-Cabantous fourth, and Sterling Moss in 5th place. Race number 10, at the 24-hour Le Mans race, Giraud-Cabantous wins, Alberto Ascari second, Peter Hart third, Sterling Moss fourth, Walt Faulkner in 5th place. Race number 11, Pikes Peak Hill, Walt Faulkner wins, Peter Hart second, Alberto Ascari third, Giraud-Cabantous fourth, and Sterling Moss bottom of the board. And finally, to round out the third quarter of this group, back at Switzerland, and it's Giraud-Cabantous with the win. Ascari takes second, Peter Hart third, Walt Faulkner fourth, and Sterling Moss in 5th place. So let's check the standings. Now they're 3/4 of the way into the group, and Alberto Ascari takes the lead with 235 points, which is only 2 more than Giraud-Cabantous with 233. Peter Hart and Walt Faulkner both have 189 points. Sterling Moss at the bottom of the group with 174 points. Moving on to race number 13, and it's a win for Giraud-Cabantous with Ascari second, Peter Hart third, Walt Faulkner fourth, and Sterling Moss at the bottom of the board. Race number 14, the road course, and Giraud-Cabantous wins again. Faulkner is second, Ascari third, Sterling Moss is in fourth, and Peter Hart bottom of the board in 5th place for Switzerland. Race number 15, we're at Spa-Francorchamps, and Sterling Moss takes the win. Alberto Ascari is second, Giraud-Cabantous third, Peter Hart fourth, and Walt Faulkner in 5th position. And for the 16th and final race, we are at Reims-Jeaux, and Alberto Ascari wins the final race. Giraud-Cabantous is second, Walt Faulkner third, Sterling Moss fourth, Peter Hart bottom of the board in this final race. And for the last time checking the standings, Giraud-Cabantous wins Group B with 319 points, Alberto Ascari has 316 points, Walt Faulkner with 249, 205 for Peter Hart. Sterling Moss has accumulated the fewest points in this group with 236 points. So let's take a look where that puts those 5 drivers among those in Group A. With 319 points, which is 3 more than Ascari in second. Andrew Seelan is in third with 315, and with 293, Giuseppe Farina is currently in 4th position, with the nation's table showing France and Italy out in front as both their drivers are in the top 4. Then we've got the United Kingdom taking third, the United States is in 4th, and Switzerland down in 5th position. Most shockingly, we see on the board is probably Sterling Moss down in last position with 236 points. Now that's a result I didn't expect, and I imagine not many people would expect that either. So with Group C coming up, we will see how things will stack up even more. Okay, now to move on to Group C of the World Cup. We'll go through the teams. First we got France with the 1950 individual champion Louis Rosier, with Italy being represented by Luigi Villoresi. Switzerland has Tony Branca, the United Kingdom has Peter Walker, and the United States will have Henry Banks for Group C. So let's move on to the first race in Switzerland, see how it plays out. And Luigi Villoresi wins the first race, Louis Rosier takes second, Henry Banks third, Tony Branca fourth, 5th place for Peter Walker. Moving over to the Indy 500, and Louis Rosier takes the win with Tony Branca in second, Villoresi in third, Peter Walker fourth, and Henry Banks bottom of the board in 5th place. And for the Indianapolis road course, Louis Rosier wins, Peter Walker second, Luigi Villoresi third, Tony Branca fourth, and Henry Banks bottom of the board once again. And race number 4, it is Spa-Francorchamps. Henry Banks wins, Villoresi second, Tony Branca third, Louis Rosier fourth, and Peter Walker 5th. So that's the first 4 of the 16 races done. And Louis Rosier leading the way with 83 points, Luigi Villoresi has 77, 63 going to Henry Banks, 62 to Tony Branca, and Peter Walker bottom of the board with 55 points. Race number 5, and Luigi Villoresi wins at Reims-Jeaux with Henry Banks second, Peter Walker's in third, Louis Routhier is in 4th, and Tony Branca bottom of the board in 5th place. Next up is Silverstone. Louis Routhier wins. Henry Banks 2nd, Peter Walker 3rd, Tony Branca 4th, and Luigi Villoresi is bottom of the board in 5th place. And now race number 7 is the Nürburgring, and Louis Routhier wins with Villoresi 2nd, Tony Branca 3rd, Peter Walker 4th, and Henry Banks in 5th place. And to wrap up the first half of this group, at Monza, Luigi Villoresi wins, Routhier 2nd, Henry Banks 3rd, Tony Branca 4th, and Peter Walker in 5th place. And now the standings showing Louis Routhier leading the way with 166 points. Villoresi has 158, Henry Banks has 130, 115 to Tony Branca, and Peter Walker still bottom of the board with 111 points. As we move over to race number 9, and it's a win for Louis Routhier at Spain at the Pedralbes circuit. Henry Banks is 2nd, Peter Walker 3rd, Villoresi 4th, and Tony Branca bottom of the board in 5th. Race number 10, the Le Mans race, Villoresi wins, Routhier 2nd, Peter Walker 3rd, Banks is 4th, and Tony Branca in 5th place. Number 11, it's Pikes Peak Hill, and it's another win for Luigi Villoresi. Henry Banks taking 2nd, Walker 3rd, Routhier 4th, and Tony Branca in 5th place. And to wrap up the third quarter of Group C, Louis Routhier wins at Bremgarten in Switzerland, Villoresi 2nd, Walker 3rd, Tony Branca 4th, and Henry Banks rounds off this group in 5th place. And we look at the standings after 12 races. Routhier leading with 249 points, Villoresi has 241, Henry Banks with 194, 175 for Walker, and Tony Branca with 161 points. Race number 13, at the Indy 500, Tony Branca takes the win, Villoresi 2nd, Henry Banks 3rd, Louis Routhier 4th, and Peter Walker rounding off Group C in 5th place. Race number 14, the road course, and it's another win for Tony Branca, Routhier 2nd, Banks 3rd, Peter Walker 4th, and Luigi Villoresi in last position. Race number 15, back at Spa-Francorchamps, Louis Routhier wins, Villoresi 2nd, Tony Branca 3rd, Henry Banks 4th, and Walker bottom of the board. And for the 16th and final race in Group C, it's Rain Show, and Henry Banks takes the win, Peter Walker 2nd, 3rd is Tony Branca, Louis Routhier 4th, and Luigi Villoresi bottom of the standings. So let's check at the point standings. And Louis Routhier wins Group C with 320 points, Villoresi has 303 points, Henry Banks has 264, Tony Branca has 243, and Peter Walker bottom of Group C with 230 points. So let's move over to the standings and see where everyone lies. Head of Giraud-Cabantous, with Ascari now 3rd, Andresium 4th, Villoresi 5th, and Giuseppe Farina is in 6th position. So once again, it is all French and all Italians in the top 6. And further down, we've got Pierre Whitehead and Henry Banks tying for 7th position with 264 points each. And further down, we see Sterling Moss is now in 14th position, with the only driver behind him is his teammate Peter Walker with 230 points. And in the nations table, France having a nearly 40-point lead over Italy in 2nd, with the United States and United Kingdom, along with Switzerland, basically in a three-way battle for 3rd position, as they are getting closer to being about 200 points behind France. So with only one group left to go, let's see how their results change things up individually and nation-wise. And here we go, on to Group D, the final group for the 1951 World Cup. And for the last time, let's look at the drivers for Group D. So we've got Robert Manson for France, Italy has Pierre Taruffi, Switzerland has Tour de Graffenried, United Kingdom with Reg Parnell, and the United States with Tony Bettenhausen. So with that sorted, let's get into the first race of Group D, and the first race is going to be won by Reg Parnell for the United Kingdom, Manson 2nd, Bettenhausen 3rd, Tour de Graffenried 4th, and Pierre Taruffi for Italy bottom of the board. Race number 2, the Indy 500, and it's won by Robert Manson, Reg Parnell 2nd, Tour de Graffenried 3rd, Pierre Taruffi 4th, and Tony Bettenhausen bottom of the board for the United States. Race number 3, the road course of the Indianapolis. Toy Bettenhausen wins, Tour de Graffery second, Reg Parnell third, Pierre Taruffi fourth, and Robert Manson bottom of the board. And to finish the first quarter, it's Spa-Francorchamps, and it's won by Pierre Taruffi, Robert Manson second, Bettenhausen third, Tour de Graffery fourth, and Reg Parnell in fifth place. So let's look at the championship standings after 4 races. And Manson leading Group D with 76 points, 72 points for Reg Parnell, 68th to Bettenhausen, with Pierre Taruffi and Graffery at the bottom with 62 points each. Moving on to race number 5, at Giraud in France, Robert Manson wins, Pierre Taruffi second, Parnell third, Tour de Graffery fourth, and Toy Bettenhausen bottom of the board. Race number 6, at Silverstone, Reg Parnell wins, Manson second, Tour de Graffery third, Bettenhausen fourth, and Pierre Taruffi rounding off Group D in the 6th race of the group. Race number 7 at the Nürburgring, Toy Bettenhausen wins, Taruffi second, de Graffery third, Parnell fourth, and Robert Manson bottom of the board. And to complete the first half of Group D, at Monza, Robert Manson wins, de Graffery second, Bettenhausen third, Parnell fourth, and Pierre Taruffi bottom of the board. So let's check the standings now that 8 of the 16 races are done. Manson leading the Group D with 157 points, Parnell has 139, 133 to Bettenhausen, de Graffery's 4th with 127, and Pierre Taruffi for Italy down in last place with 124 points. Moving over to race number 9, at Pedrabel Circuit, Robert Manson wins, Bettenhausen second, Parnell third, Taruffi fourth, and Tour de Graffery bottom of the board for Switzerland. Race number 10, at the Le Mans race, Manson wins, de Graffery second, third is Parnell, fourth is Bettenhausen, and Pierre Taruffi bottom of the board. Race number 11, Pikes Peak, won by Pierre Taruffi, Manson second, Parnell third, de Graffery fourth, and Toy Bettenhausen bottom of the board. And making our way back to Switzerland, Manson wins with Tour de Graffery in second, Toy Bettenhausen third, Pierre Taruffi fourth, and Reg Parnell bottom of the board. And looking at the standings, now that we've completed 3 quarters of Group D, Manson leading with 252 points, Reg Parnell has 198, Toy Bettenhausen 193, 191 to Tour de Graffery, and Pierre Taruffi bottom of Group D with 186 points. Moving on to race number 13 at the Indy 500, and it's Manson that wins, Bettenhausen second, Parnell third, Tour de Graffery fourth, and Pierre Taruffi in 5th place. Race number 14, the road course, won by Reg Parnell, Taruffi second, Bettenhausen third, Tour de Graffery fourth, and Robert Manson bottom of the board. And then race number 15 at Spa-Francorchamps, and it's won by Toy Bettenhausen. Tour de Graffery takes second, Parnell's third, Taruffi fourth, and Manson bottom of the board. And for the 16th and final race at France at Giraud, Manson wins with Bettenhausen second, Taruffi third, Parnell fourth, and Tour de Graffery finishes bottom of the board. So let's check how the final standings are for Group D. Won by Robert Manson with 324 points, Toy Bettenhausen has 274, Parnell takes 268 points, Tour de Graffery with 248 points, and Pierre Taruffi bottom of Group D with 246 points. So just before we get into the final, let's see how the standings play out. And here is the results going into the final, with all 20 drivers going through because there's less than 36 drivers. And as you can see, all 4 French drivers make up the top 5, with the exception being Alberto Ascari in 4th position with 316 points, and that is directly reflecting into the nations table, where France are going into the final with a 120 point lead over Italy, who in turn have more than 100 points more than the United States in 3rd, who have got about 30 points ahead of the United Kingdom, with Switzerland down at the bottom of the board with 937 points. So with the French team having all 4 of their drivers in the top 5, and the Italian team having 3 of their 4 drivers in the top 7, the only Italian driver they have is Pierre Taruffi, who is tying for 14th with Rui Fischer. Let's see how the 1951 final will go. Can Manson win the title, or can Louis Rosier come back and defend his title? It is now the 1951 F1 World Cup final, with all 20 drivers qualifying since, well, the cut-off is 36 and we have less than 36 drivers in total. So with the car numbers being where they sit on the overall standings. So Team France, their drivers are 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 5th in the standings, with Manson in front, Routhier 2nd, Giraud-Cabantous 3rd and Andrea Simon in 5th place. Then we've got Italy with Ascari, Villoresi, Farina and Taruffi 4th, 6th, 7th and 15th respectively. And then we've got Switzerland, who are bottom of the national standings. Their drivers are 13th, 14th, 16th and 18th in the standings. Moving over to the United Kingdom, Parnell, Whitehead, Sterling Moss and Pierre Walker, 2 drivers at the bottom 2 of the standings, with Moss 19th and Walker dead last in 20th position, while Parnell and Whitehead are 9th and 10th place. Last up, the United States, their drivers 8th, 11th, 12th and 17th in the standings. So that's our 20 drivers. Let's move over to our first race of the final in Switzerland, and it's going to be won by Giraud-Cabantous, with Toy Bettenhausen 2nd, Peter Walker is 3rd, Tilde Grafenried 4th, Rui Fischer 5th, Tony Branca 6th, Jack McGrath 7th, Andrea Simon is 8th, Taruffi 9th and Giuseppe Farina rounds to the top 10. With the man going into this as the overall leader, Robert Manson, finishing only in 11th position, while the driver who is coming into this in 2nd position is last year's champion, Louis Routhier, and he finishes in 17th position. Giraud-Cabantous is 3rd in the overall standings, and yet he has gone and won the race. Moving over to round number 2, the Indy 500, and Alberto Ascari takes the win. Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Villoresi 3rd, Peter Hart 4th, Pier Taruffi is 5th, with Tilde Grafenried 6th, Robert Manson, the man going to the finals, the leader 7th, Reg Parnell 8th, Faulkner 9th, and Tony Bettenhausen rounds off the top 10, and last year's champion Louis Routhier finishing dead last in 20th. The Indy 500 road course, and that was won by Alberto Ascari, Rui Fischer 2nd, Pierre Walker, the man who is dead last going into the final, is 3rd, Villoresi 4th, and Walt Faulkner rounds off the top 5. And further down we've got Whitehead 6th, Henry Banks 7th, Taruffi 8th, Louis Routhier 9th, and Jack McGrath 10th. And to round off this first quarter, and that was won by Pierre Walker from the United Kingdom. Giraud-Cabantous is 2nd, Ascari takes 3rd, Faulkner 4th, Luigi Villoresi 5th, Hart 6th, Whitehead 7th, Jack McGrath 8th, Henry Banks 9th, and André Simon for France rounds off your top 10. And Manson and Routhier outside the top 10, the top 2 drivers going into this final. And now we'll check the standings. And leading the way is Alberto Ascari, the driver who came into this in 4th place with 69 points. Giraud-Cabantous has 67 points, the man who is 3rd going to the final. Pierre Walker, the man dead last going to the final, is 3rd with 57 points. Villoresi is 4th, and he is coming to the final 6th position with 41 points. And around the top 5 is Rui Fischer for Switzerland with 32 points, and he came to this final in 14th position. And Robert Manson and Louis Routhier 1st and 2nd going to the final, 17th with 14 points, and dead last with 11 points. Going to round number 5 at Reims-Jean, and that was won by Ascari again. Villoresi 2nd, Robert Manson is 3rd, and Giuseppe Farina is 4th, Tony Bettenhausen in 5th position. So 3 of the 4 Italian drivers in the top 5. Henry Banks 6th, Reg Parnell 7th, Tony Branca 8th, Sterling Moss 9th, and Peter Hart rounds off the top 10. And another bad race for Louis Routhier, down in 19th position, and his teammate Andrea Simon dead last. Round 6, Silverstone. Luigi Villoresi takes the win. Robert Manson 2nd, so he's starting a wee bounce back there. Andrea Simon 3rd. Pierre Walker 4th. Giraud-Cabantous 5th, so 3 French drivers in the top 5. Rui Fischer 6th. Pierre Whitehead 7th. Jack McGrath 8th. Tilde Grafenried 9th. Round of the top 10 is Peter Hart, and Louis Routhier, last year's champion, again struggling dead last in this race in 20th. The Nürburgring, Giraud-Cabantous takes the win, Tilde Grafenried 2nd, Peter Hart is 3rd, Luigi Villoresi 4th, Jack McGrath 5th, Pierre Walker 6th, Ascari 7th, Toy Bettenhausen 8th, Louis Routhier 9th, and Giuseppe Farina rounds to the top 10. And the man going into the finals leader, Robert Manson, down in 15th position. And to round off the first half of this final, Henry Banks takes the win at Monza. Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, 3rd is Louis Routhier, Manson 4th, Luigi Villoresi 5th, Ascari 6th, Andre Simon is 7th, Sterling Moss is 8th, ninth Telegraph Reed, and Pierre Walker rounding off the top 10. So halfway into this final and leading the way is Giraud-Cabantous with 127 points. Ascari is second with 114, Villaretti 110, Pierre Walker 4th with 86, and round the top 5 is Robin Manthon with only 64 points. And looking further down, Louis Routhier is 16th position with 34 points. So we now go into round number 9. It's Spain, and that was won by Sterling Moss, Louis Routhier 2nd, Villaretti 3rd, Giraud-Cabantous 4th, and Robin Manthon rounds of the top 5, followed by Ascari, Whitehead, Farina, Benhausen, and Jack McGrath rounding off the top 10. And looking further down, the lowest placed driver outside the top, the highest ranked driver outside the top 10, that's Andre Sion in 16th position. Race number 10, the 24-hour race. Giuseppe Farina wins, Ascari 2nd, and Luigi Villaretti 3rd, so an all Italian podium. Walt Faulkner 4th, Tony Branca 5th, Manthon 6th, Tour de Graffrey 7th, Pierre Walker 8th, Sterling Moss is 9th, and Pierre Walker rounds off the top 10. And France struggling again here, Louis Routhier dead last once again, and Giraud-Cabantous in 15th position, and he's leading this final. Round 11, Pikes Peak, won by Louis Routhier, Ascari 2nd, Villaretti 3rd, Giuseppe Farina 4th, and Pier Truffi rounds the top 5, so we got all 4 Italians 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Rui Fischer 6th, Giraud-Cabantous 7th, Tony Branca 8th, Telegraph Reed 9th, and Robert Manthon rounding off the top 10. And to complete the third quarter of the final, back at Switzerland, and it's won by Louis Routhier, with Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Alberto Ascari 3rd, Giuseppe Farina 4th, Villaretti in 5th position, Henry Banks 6th, followed by Moss, Faulkner, Manthon, and Tony Branca rounding off the top 10. So let's check the standings before we go to the final quarter of the season. And now Alberto Ascari takes the lead with 180 points, 10 more than Giraud-Cabantous with 170 points. Villaretti has 169 in third. Fourth is Louis Routhier with 104 points. And Robert Manthon rounds the top 5 with 98 points. So Routhier and Manthon picking it up. But they still got 4 races left to go. Can they catch the top, get closer to the top 3 drivers to probably try and win this their individual title? Moving to round 13, Indy 500, Giuseppe Farina is the race winner, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Peter Hart 3rd, Jack McGrath 4th, Rui Fischer 5th, Tour de Graffrey 6th, Tony Branca 7th, Andre Sion 8th, 9th is Walt Faulkner, and Robert Manthon rounds off the top 10, and Louis Routhier down in 13th position, and Alberto Ascari dead last in this race. Round number 14, the road course, and that was won by Giuseppe Farina for Italy. Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Pier Truffi 3rd, Tony Benhausen 4th, Louis Routhier 5th, Ascari 6th, Walt Faulkner 7th, Andre Simon 8th, Rui Fischer 9th, and Pierre Whitehead rounds off the top 10, Manthon down in 13th. Coming to the penultimate round at Spa-Francorchamps, Luigi Villaretti takes the win, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Parnell 3rd, Henry Banks 4th, Louis Routhier 5th, Walker 6th, Farina 7th, 8th is McGrath, Betterhausen 9th, and round the top 10 is Rui Fischer. Rob Manthon down in 19th position, Ascari in 12th place. And going to the 16th and final round of this final, and it's Reims Show, and it's won by Giuseppe Farina, Giraud-Cabantous 2nd, Routhier 3rd, Ascari 4th, Peter Hart 5th, Waltner 6th, Manthon 7th, Jack McGrath is 8th, Moss is 9th, and Tony Branca rounds to the top 10. So let's check the standings for the final time and see who won the final. And that was Giraud-Cabantous with 250 points, and he came to this in 3rd position. Ascari, the number 4 driver, finishing in 2nd place with 207 points. Luigi Villaretti is 3rd with 196, and he came to this in 6th place. 4th is Giuseppe Farina with 176 points, and he came to the final in 7th position. And Louis Routhier rounds up the top 5, coming into this in 2nd position, and he finishes 5th in the standings with 145 points in the final. There's Rob Manthon, 116 points, and he came to this in 1st position.
Pierre Walker, the lowest place, started 20th, finishing in 7th position with 111 points. And Told de Graffry, the final driver, in 8th position with more than 100 points with 103. And then it's Faulkner 9th with 93 points. In 10th place, Jack McGrath with 91. Peter Hart has 88, so does his teammate Rudy Fisher. Toy Benhouse has 85 points. Moss has 81, 79 to Toy Branca. Henry Banks has 76, 73 with Pierre Taruffi. Reg Parnell has 65, 65 to Sion. And finishing dead last in this final is Peter Whitehead, who came to the final 10th position, scoring 57 points. So let's see how this stacks up and who has won the individual and the nations competitions. Here is the final results of the 1951 World Cup, and it's Giraud-Cabantous is your 1951 champion with 569 points, which is just over 40 more than Alberto Ascari in second, with Villaresi and Giselle Frina taking third and fourth position. And round the top 5 is the 1950 champion of Louis Rosier with 465 points. And moving on to the nations table, we see France is the 1951 nations champions with a 39 point gap over Italy in second, who have about a 500 point gap over the United States in third, just ahead of Switzerland, and the United Kingdom finishing in last position in 5th place. Looking at the results, it is a very big surprise to see Italy keep so close to beating France, despite France's big advantage going into the final, as Italy has only 3 of the 4 drivers in the top 7, with the exception being Pierre Taruffi, who ended up being down in 19th position, only beating Sterling Moss by 2 points, finishing in dead last. With Sterling Moss finishing 20th, I have to say that has got to be a huge disappointment for himself and the United Kingdom, as well as a big shock to those who expected him to do well in the 1951 World Cup. So with everything out of the way, it's time to look forward to the 1952 World Cup, and we'll see if Giraud-Cabantous will come back and defend the title, and can France defend the Nations Championship? Well, we'll head over to 1952 and we will see how things play up, and I hope you will join us there.